Because when it's really crappy and it's not going well, I just see that as an opportunity for me to grow somehow. Adversity equals opportunity has given me so much perspective on just what the opportunities are out there. You almost welcome it not going perfect, maybe even having a bad day, but what can I learn from it? What can I do? It's really the only thing that continues to keep me grounded and me be able to have, in the bad days, understand that these bad days are still not fun, there's no doubt about it, but they're also a time for you to grow, they're a time for you to learn. I've been pretty fortunate because I've gone through stuff that has caused me some stress, but with it I've gained so much. I think that anything that causes you a little stress is there to help you out.
This is how we do it, do it. This is how a kingdom comes. This is how we get it done. This is how we do it, do it. This is how a kingdom comes. This is how we do it, do it.
Hey guys, welcome to Bloomington, Indiana. Excited to be up here to hang out with my good friend Tom Morse. I had him on the podcast. Was just blown away by his story, what he's done for himself, his community, and the profession. So I'm super excited about this episode. Make sure you sit back and enjoy this one because it's going to be a good one.
What's up, Coach?
What's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Not much, man. Welcome to IU, brother.
What a beautiful campus.
How are you? Good to see you, brother. Appreciate it. How are you?
I'm awesome,
Great
man.
to see you. Great to see you, and welcome, man. We got a beautiful campus.
This is gorgeous.
Super excited to be around here today. So
I can't wait to watch you work. I'm excited, man.
Great to have you here, man. Great to have you here.
Let's show me around.
You bet, man. All right. Come on. So I mean, these guys have designed and we've been able to put together a weight room with support and money to be world class. I mean, be the most elite levels. 25,000 square feet, one of the biggest in the country. Our motto here is 24 sports, one team. And now with the exception of men's basketball, and even them, they come over, we all train out of this building. We all train out of here with the energy from the football side to the Olympic sports side. What we have is we have over 20 racks in this place. 10 racks on this side, 10 racks on the opposite side here. We try to mirror the room in itself. When we're in the racks, we do all of our stuff on the platforms and the racks, and then the transition into more of some of maybe the machine-based stuff. There's this constant flow that we bring in here. I want coaches to come in here and be themselves. I don't want to come in here and dictate a workout. I never tell anybody what to do as far as the X's and O's of it. I want them to come in here and do what they do to the best of their ability, and let's give them the tools to arm them with what that's going to be. We got, 8 woodways. We've got over a dozen Versa climbers right now. Foundation of what we do, especially winter training with our soccer programs, with even football. We really love to highlight the Versa climber. This is one of the highlights of this room. This is what brings this whole room together, is this bell. PR bell, we call it, all right? What it is, no matter what, any person in this room, when they hit a PR, they come over here and they ring that bell. And when they ring that bell, this whole place erupts. The foundation of this room isn't just a weight room, it's a culture. It's a thing that we pride ourselves in. It's bringing all of our sports together and being able to really push and really maximize everything that they got. And when they cheer for one another, when they become one big whole team in a sense, 24 sports, one team really becomes significant. And that bell plays a major role in that. I love being around athletics for the intensity, for the drive, for everything, but I wanted to compete. So the biggest deal for me was, being able to get back into cycling, get into triathlons, doing stuff that I was training for. That was one of the biggest things that I worked on, even to this day, is work really hard, compete really hard, and express yourself really hard. As time goes on now, life has changed a lot, and one of the biggest passions I have is being able to tell the story of where I was and where I am now, and some of the adversity that I've faced and what I've used to overcome those things. That passion to help others and to be able to help individuals, maybe pull themselves out of a dark hole is pretty special to me. I came in here 100 miles an hour, 230 pounds, ready to rock and roll, found the bike, got into triathlons, and literally transformed my body into this level of competing at Ironmans and everything else. And just having it all, fitness-wise, health-wise, my family is just absolutely incredible. And then I have this profession that it doesn't feel like I worked a day since I started. And it was so entirely special to me. And on May 17th of 2012, I was on a mountain bike ride and I came around this corner, flipped, somersaulting through the air. I mean, and it's just seconds turning into minutes. All I could do is grip the handlebars, tighten down, and just see the ground coming up and coming up and coming up until impact. And I remember just my head driving back and down, and I could see the bike between my legs and see the sky on top of that. And then all of a sudden, I mean, electric lightning bolts out of my hands. Body just completely felt like it's been tasered. And I laid there on my back. What just happened to me? And I initially brought my arms up and I started moving. All right. Couldn't figure out what happened. And at that point, I realized like I tried to move and I just couldn't move. I couldn't actually physically get off the ground, touching my chest, trying to touch all this stuff. But when I touched my chest, it was almost like I was touching a desk or something foreign. I got no feedback back. I had my phone in my back pocket. All I needed to do was grab that phone. And at that point, when I reached behind and dug my hand into that pocket, I realized my fingers are mush. I'm just trying to do everything I can to just try and get help, because help is literally right in my back pocket and I can do nothing to get it. But then as hours went on, the pain set in. And at that point, I mean, you don't know. My breath was shallowing at that point. I couldn't breathe in deep. I was in severe pain. And 3.5 hours into this, I didn't know. Like, I mean, luckily at 3 hours and 40 minutes though, 2 riders did come by and they quickly got me help, and I broke my C6, C7 vertebrae. And that injury left me paralyzed from the chest down. It's made me a better person because I've lived through that. But on the same thing, it's one of the most frightening things I've ever had to go through.
I mean, Tom never thought about himself in this entire situation. It was never, wow, what did I do? What happened to me? Why me? It was literally like, I'm sorry I did this to you.
We're gonna stay positive. We're gonna set goals, and there are gonna maybe be little goals, but those little goals are what they devoted to us every day. If it's Krista helping me transfer into a chair, me trying to figure out how to put toothpaste on stuff, no matter how small they were, no matter how big they were, I think we both just looked at one another and said, let's just do this, and we'll just keep moving forward, and we'll see where it's gonna end up taking us.
The great thing is we had a really great support system, and IU has been family. Now you see him and you don't even notice the chair. It's just Tom's doing his job. And I'm not sure anything changed. I mean, except the kids, I think, have a little bit more fear in him because they're gonna think twice about saying I can't. There's no way I could say I can't to Tom, who's done everything that people said he couldn't, and he can. I've known Tom since, you were 8? And he is the one person on this earth that truly loved every second of life, in the sense that he took advantage of hiking, of biking, of completely being active. So that was taken away from him, and it just felt so unfair in the sense that it was absolutely the worst thing that could have happened to him. How are we gonna get in a place where Tom could still be Tom, to a place where he can still do and be active and stuff that he loves?
The biggest thing is just the impact you have on individuals. I think from leadership to just overall helping people, through situations where they thought they were never going to be able to get through. I think that human connection, being a teacher, being a leader, a role model, a mentor, whatever it is, that human connection that you can make with somebody, I don't think you could put in words. I mean, that is the draw that literally got me into coaching. I felt it was one of the most kind of holistic professions that I found myself in, because I wasn't just getting someone stronger. It's super easy to get somebody strong. It's all just part of what we all do. But it's really having that influence on individuals' lives and helping them to become better men and women.
Yeah, so Tom is, to me more than anything, he's become sort of like a second father to me. I go to him with a lot of different things. I talk to him all the time, and so we've become really, really close. More than just like a student-teacher relationship in that sense. It's, he's family to me for sure, and he makes a great effort to get as close as he can to all the people he works with, and he really takes it seriously and, invests all of himself in you. And so I've appreciated that so much, and he's just been amazing for me, like in my entire life, not just with my tennis and my growth in that. Very honestly, there's no way I'd be where I am today without him. His amazing attitude every day, when he had his accident, it never wavered, bright and positive, and still is to this day. And I look up to that, admire that every time I walk in and work with him. I'm like, I'm gonna push for my all because I know that's what he's doing. And his attitude is infectious, and I couldn't appreciate it more. Like, I genuinely care about the success of individuals. I genuinely care that our staff has the best opportunities here, where they move on to be the best that they possibly can be. I genuinely care that individuals are going to go out there and be better today than they were yesterday. And I said, God willing, you got tomorrow? Well then, you know what? If you keep doing that day in and day out and day in, the opportunities are endless. I mean, as long as you just start something and you never ever quit, the possibilities are absolutely endless. I don't see the chair, I don't see some of the physical limitations, I don't see a lot of that stuff, but I just know that who I am is a person that is going to give you 100% of his soul to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to help you professionally, spiritually, whatever it may be, to make you the very best person you can be.
This has been awesome, man. Thanks so much for having me. What an incredible experience. Your story is amazing, but your character, the coach you are, the person you are, shines through, man. I'm so freaking honored to know you and call you a friend.
I appreciate it. So happy you guys got down here, got to see our facilities, and really see what IU is all about. So thanks again for coming, and man, safe travels to you.
Thanks, brother.
You bet,
appreciate
man.
you, man.
You bet, thanks.
I think we can all sit back and have watched this episode and realize what a special person Tom Morris is, and the type of character and perseverance that it's taken to overcome his tragedy. But to turn around and see him making the impact that he's doing in strength and conditioning as a strength and conditioning coach, regardless of whether or not he's in a wheelchair or not, is super impressive. And then more importantly, to see what he's doing in his community. He's turned around and he's paying it forward, not just to coaches, but also with his charity, tomsteamcharity.org. They gain support to be able to take somebody that's had a tragedy and to go towards some finish line. Highly encourage you to be a part of that. So honored to know him, so honored for him to come on the show and share his story. And like I said, we're lucky to have him in this profession. If you love these episodes, please help us by spreading the message through liking, sharing, commenting. We want to make sure that we highlight the great people we have in our profession, and appreciate you watching, and make sure you stay tuned for the next episode of Beyond the Chalk.
I hope they know that I care. I hope they know that my passion and my drive was literally for them. It had nothing to do selfishly. It was to make them better. It was to help them live a better life. It was to help them in times that maybe were a bit overwhelming for them. I just hope that when this is all said and done for me, that's what I'm going to be remembered as.